Hey, this is Dan Putnam with Be Epic. We are here at the actual manufacturer with Chase, who I've worked with for a long time. He's the actual formulator that worked with me in putting these together. And what we wanted to talk about specifically is the Epic Pack, Elevate and Accelerate. We have a lot of people asking, what makes these different than everything else? Can I really get all of this in one capsule? A lot of times with capsules, people are used to taking, 2 or 3 capsules or more. So I thought there's nobody better to explain the ingredients and how these are put together than the formulator himself, Chase, here. So, Chase, the first thing I want to talk about is Elevate, which the whole concept of Elevate is everybody's waking up in the morning, hopefully, and getting ready for a big day. They want to do, as much as they can in the day. So we thought, what's the best way nutritionally that somebody could possibly start their day? And that's kind of what we came up with, Elevate. We have several different blends. The first one I want you to explain is really the fruit and veggie blend.
Awesome. So the fruit and veggie blend it's just a huge separation from normal multivitamins that people take.
Right.
Everybody knows they need vitamins. Everybody knows that having a complete diet is kind of tricky to do nowadays. People are busy, people are doing a lot of things, and they're missing out on crucial vitamins. So most people pop a multivitamin, think they've covered all their bases. What they don't understand is most synthetic vitamins pass straight through us.
Right.
You do run the risk of some toxic buildup of certain synthetic multivitamins, so they can even come back to haunt you instead of just pass straight through you without helping you. So the beautiful thing about the vitamins in Elevate is there's a blend of, so it starts as whole foods, fruits and vegetables. So, your mother always tells you should eat, your 3 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. What we found out is if you eat 3 servings of fruits in a day, you might end up with a crazy amount of sugar. You wind up with just your insulin spiking every time you eat an apple, and your insulin spikes, and if you live off apples, eventually it's going to be problematic for you. So the great thing about the vitamins, they're actually micronutrients. They're vitamins derived from fruits and vegetables. So the way that happens is we take all these fruits and vegetables, blend them all up into a puree, and then start extracting out all of the macronutrients, pull out all the sugars, pull out the fiber, and you just keep cutting down on mass until what you're left with is this really nutrient-dense slurry. And then this nutrient-dense slurry is all these fruits and vegetables combined and then removed all of the big stuff, and you're left with all these tiny micronutrients. And then these are dried, and then we put them in this blend. And so these are all the crazy benefits of fruits and vegetables without all the sugar. And so you're able to get in one capsule the 4.5 servings of fruits and vegetables packed down into one capsule. And the beauty of these vitamins is our bodies have evolved to utilize them. These are what our bodies are craving, these vitamins, not the synthetic vitamins, but our body it's very, very efficient at using these vitamins. So when you're looking at the label and you're saying, oh, this is 50% of all of my daily needs in one capsule for all these vitamins, they're actually coming from whole foods. They're actually coming from fruits and vegetables. You just don't get all the sugar that comes with it. So that's, to me, an incredibly important difference between this product and any other multivitamin. You might just pop a couple pills and think you've covered your bases.
Right. And that's important to us. You want to start your day with those whole foods. The next thing is most people's days, if they're anything like mine and probably like yours, you're going to deal with some stress and some, just different things in the environment and the workplace and stuff. So we wanted to put in a blend of adaptogens to really just help the body deal with stress. So do you want to talk just a little bit about the adaptogens? We have the Ganoderma, Chaga, Cordyceps, Rhodiola rosea.
Yep, exactly.
And again, those are put in just to help the body deal with stress.
You hit the nail on the head with the adaptogenic herbs being incredibly crucial for reducing stress, reducing cortisol. A lot of the times we wake up and immediately you start thinking about your day. Think about everything that you have to do in the day, and you get stressed before you can get out of bed. Cortisol starts spiking, your adrenaline starts spiking, and then as soon as that wears off, you're exhausted, and your day hasn't even started yet. So these incredibly powerful herbs are phenomenally efficient at reducing cortisol. And one of the negative byproducts of having a bunch of cortisol is your body stores the food that it takes, that it intakes. You eat food, and instead of burning it as energy, your body stores it as fat because it's sensing a very stressful environment. And it's in a stressful environment, it needs to store fat for just in case. So keeping the cortisol reduced with these powerful adaptogenic herbs helps your body resist the urge to store fat and burn it so you feel more energetic.
Yeah, and what's interesting is I heard that the cortisol created for just like bad traffic or different things like that is enough to get your body to start to store fat. Also for men, actually start to shut down testosterone.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of crazy things with cortisol. One thing that we hear all the time, because obviously we wanted not just a multivitamin, mineral product, and some awesome adaptogens, we wanted something that people could really feel. Mm. So we put the Nootropics and the Energy and Mental Clarity blend. And one of the things I hear all the time is, man, I don't really get the jitters. It doesn't wear off, and I feel tired and like I need a nap all the time. Can you explain just a little bit of what you did in putting that together so that you just kind of have a long, energy period with mental clarity, focus, and stuff like that, as opposed to a lot of times with stimulants, you have all this nervous energy, almost too much energy all at once, and then it goes away, and you actually feel worse than if you didn't take it to begin with.
Yeah. Oh man, I love this part. This part gets me really excited. So the natural ingredients that are in this really focus on mental clarity, like you said, focus, energy. So the nootropics in here, they increase your neurotransmitter activity. So the rate at which your neurons are firing in your brain. And it gets really exciting to just take an herb that's not a central nervous stimulant, like bacopa. Right. And you take that and all of a sudden you just light your brain up. You tell your brain to start firing a bunch more neurons, and it just gets excited, and your brain is all of a sudden very alert without feeling overly energetic, without feeling overly stimulated. But then there are also a little bit slow start days, and so getting a little bit of what nature's given us in these nice stimulants, like guarana, yerba mate, yohimbe, these are great natural stimulants that all have different stimulant curves. So if you think of caffeine, so if you think of just drinking a cup of coffee, caffeine takes about 30 minutes before, so if this is an energy curve, so it takes about 30 minutes for the energy to start increasing. And then about 4 hours later, this starts coming down pretty good. It's a nice little peak. You take something like yohimbe, you start feeling that much quicker than 30 minutes. So that comes up quicker, and it has a different taper curve. And then you add in guarana, and it's slower and gentler, not as high as, just straight caffeine. And it comes up slower and tapers off much slower. Yerba mate is very similar to guarana. So you take these 4 different stimulant curves, and then you put them together, and what you wind up with is this really mellow, long-lasting energy curve that doesn't have a big come down, that doesn't have a big crash. It doesn't get you instantly jittery. It just makes you start feeling great pretty quick, and you still feel great for a long time after that without the come down, without the crash.
Awesome. And the last part, and I don't know if it's the most important, but it's very important, is the max bioavailability blend. Because bottom line, it doesn't really matter what nutrients are in the capsule if they're not assimilated by the body.
Yep.
A lot of people realize the reason that it's so important that we have minerals is the body uses these minerals as building blocks in order to assimilate vitamins and nutrition and things like that. So if you're not getting them in the food, then you're not able to assimilate the other things in the food. Same thing with the nutritional product. If you're not able to assimilate it, it's really doing you no good. That's one of the things that we discussed is what can we do to give every single person that takes a Be Epic product the best chance of actually getting max absorption, and that's when you came up with the max bioavailability blend. If you just explain that quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, when you're talking, you're getting all these benefits in one capsule, your body needs to get all of it out of that capsule. So first you start with the black pepper extract. This is going to help get through the intestinal wall, help it actually get into your blood, so that it doesn't just pass straight through you and you miss out on it. So black pepper extract, phenomenally good, well proven to help transport nutrients through the intestinal wall. Then we have the trace mineral extract, where it's a huge combination, over 72 trace minerals in this blend that help transport these nutrients into cells. So getting it out of your intestines into your blood and then getting it out of your blood into your cells is a very complicated and it can be a tricky process.
Right.
So we put in this max bioavailability blend to make sure that everybody gets every drop out of those pills.
Awesome. And Basically, what you described is exactly what we hear all the time about Elev8. Many of the things that we discuss now, hopefully people understand a little bit more how it was put together, why these ingredients work synergistically to make it just what I feel the best way for somebody to start their day.